Nah, who's a liar? Who's a liar now? Jussie. Nah, who's a liar now? Jussie. He's a liar, yes, he's a liar. He's a liar, Jussie's a liar. He's a liar, Jussie's a liar. He's a liar, Jussie's a liar. It's the circle of lies, and he's told them all. It's the circle of lies, the circle of lies. What's good, people? Hey, live. Man, can y'all believe this shit going on right here? Hey, look. Jussie is free. It's Christmas in Chicago. And because it's Christmas in Chicago, I had to write a special song just for Jussie. It's Christmas in Chicago, so the gifts is flowing. And who's responsible? I tell you. Now, most people know who saved Christmas once before. Jussie did. I mean, not Rudolph did. But now, there's a new deer in town. And it's Jussie. Yes, it is. And the one, and the two, and the Jussie, the gay boy liar, told a bunch of lies on screen. And if you ever met him, you'd agree that he's a queen. All of the other gay boys used to laugh at his little fame. So Jussie decided that he would play some hate crime games. So he asked the Nigerians that were in his clique. He said, fellas, I'm about to do some fuckboy shit, and if you help out, I'll suck your dicks. I'm trying to get through it. He said, fellas, I'm gonna do some fuckboy shit, and if you help out, I'll suck your dicks. Then the Chicago police caught him, but they forgot one thing. If you're a woman or a gay boy, you can get away with anything. I tried to get through it, y'all couldn't. Man, can y'all believe this shit? His brother did. I'm telling y'all right now, the power of the gay and the time of the gay has risen. These motherfuckers are like the White Walkers on Game of Thrones, Jack. They can't be stopped. You send a dragon at them, they'll turn a dragon against them to work in their favor. I'm telling you, they can't be stopped. Y'all better watch the fuck out. I'm telling you right now, this shit is crazy. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Not the fact that he got off, but the way he got off. Hey, I'm all for following the law, and if your lawyer's good and he defends you the right way, you get off. Hey, you're not guilty. Cool, it is what it is. That's the system. This motherfucker had a heaping amount of evidence, and not only did he get his charges dropped to where literally the prosecutor attorney said, fuck it, we gonna act like the shit didn't happen. He let them have 10 grand and they sealed his records. 16 felonies. Okay? That's how many times Laquan McDonald got shot and this motherfucker got off. Are you kidding me? It is what it is. We gonna break it down. Let's get it the fuck cracking. First and foremost, let me give a relationship rehab salute to none other than DLT 2K7. Bam. Thank you, sir. First one in. Then we had Miss Lady Sunday coming in second. And my man Skohar coming in third. All right. And shout out to my brother Eric Amos. What's up, Easy E? Man, I'm telling y'all, I'm shocked. Y'all make sure y'all click the like button. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Let me see here if I'm pop it off on Facebook for a minute. You know what? I ain't gonna even do that. Well, no, yes, I might as well. Let me do it for at least a second. No, fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. People on Facebook need to check me out. It is what it is. But this is like, I'm gonna tell y'all real talk. Let me just say this before we get started. Being the son of a Chicago police officer and having the short time that I did have in law enforcement, I clearly understand the amount of resources that it takes to do an investigation. I'm well aware of the man hours, the manpower, the relentlessness, the no sleep, the staying on it all day, all night long to get the job done, especially when it's a high profile case like this was. This was a high profile investigation. All eyes across the country were on the city of Chi. And the fact that the police officers of Chicago Police Department, y'all stood up, y'all handled y'all business. And I'm going to tell you right now, I used to have my favorite top cop. This dude right here, this new dude right here, this is my favorite top cop. I used to, Terry Hillard was an outstanding top cop. Terry Hillard was responsible for a lot of the technology that is in the city. Today, he was one of the pioneers to get technology into law enforcement. My daddy knew Terry. Terry knew my daddy, and I salute Terry Hillard all the time. He was good at what he did. But this dude right here, I like him. I like him because he do what he got to do and he speak his mind. I like it. And he was pissed. Y'all wait till y'all see this. He was pissed off, man. I'm talking Chris Tucker on Def Comedy Jam. Pissed off, man. He was pissed off. And I like it. Let us go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And I know I've been telling y'all that I'm going to get this shit automated. I'm going to do it. Y'all just don't give up on me. God damn it. Just keep hope alive. Give me some Jesse Jackson love here. All right? There you go. What up, Lando? What up, Margie? What up, CJ? What up, Michael S? Let's do this. As Big Mama saying, Big Mama House. Let's do this.
I'm sure. All
right.
So listen, I'm sure we all know what occurred this morning.
Now, he started out because he know, and this is what I like about my man here. He knows he didn't get played. He know it, and Rahm Emanuel know it. And even though Rahm Emanuel is a piece of shit, this is probably, even though he's on his way out the door, this is probably the most mayoral thing he's ever done or said. The way he stood up for the city and for Chicago PD, this was his shining moment. Out of all of the other hundreds of shitty moments he's had, this is by far Mayor Rahm Emanuel's shining moment. And he probably only did this shit because he on his way out the door and he got that I don't give a fuck in office vibe no more. That's how he is. Because he know I'm out. Y'all can't do shit. I'm paid. I'm rich, bitch. Y'all can't do shit. But this is by far, I'm going to give him a shout out to Rahm Emanuel. Did his thing. He held down CPD and he even talked a little cash shit. I like it. This was awesome. But yeah, my man already knows, hey, they bullshitted us. They done came and just, you know, put their dick on the table and then slapped us on the face with it. And this is the result of that. And this is how I'm about to speak. I'm mad. I should be mad. I got every right to be mad. So here we go. This is what he's going to say.
My personal opinion is that you all know where I stand on this.
Right.
Do I think justice was served? No.
Hell no.
What do I think justice is? I think this city is still owed an apology.
Absolutely.
When I came on this job, I've been a cop now for about 31 years. When I came on this job, I came on with my honor, my integrity, and my reputation. If someone accused me of doing anything that would circumvent that, then I would want my day in court, period, to clear my name. I heard that they wanted their day in court with TV cameras so America could know the truth. But no, they chose to hide behind secrecy and broker a deal to circumvent the judicial system. My job as a police officer is to investigate an incident, gather evidence, gather facts, and present them to the state's attorney. That's what we did. I stand behind the detective's investigation. I'll let Mary Madeline comment.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Shit. What did I say? Eddie Johnson. He literally stopped himself and just was like, you know what? Let me shut the fuck up before I say something that get me in trouble. I believe that's where he was with this, because this is a slap in not just his face, but this is a slap in all of those police officers' face. I mean, you talking about police officers conducting a fucking investigation during fucking sub-zero temperatures. It's negative 21 outside, and these motherfuckers out here collecting evidence. And I'm telling you right now, I'm all about being fair. I'm all about calling it the way that it is. And I'm telling you, for them police officers to do their damn thing like this, it wasn't no bullshit, wasn't no fuck shit in the game, it wasn't no, oh, they should have did this. You couldn't say shit. Them motherfuckers ran a flawless investigation. Salute to Chicago Police Department. Y'all did y'all thing. And the fact that they did their job to the highest level, they executed on an extremely high level. They got this shit wrapped up in a matter of a few days. That was before the grand jury in no time, with an indictment and with a fucking mountain of evidence. And they went and did all of that, and then you go and you got this boy. This ain't no artist. This ain't no motherfucking bunch of he say, she say, bullshit ass R. Kelly shit, and we gonna talk about that too. This ain't no R. Kelly evidence here y'all got. Y'all got cold-hearted evidence. We caught the two fucking Nigerians that he was fucking talking about they was his workout buddies, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, he giving you protein and you giving him protein. That's what the fuck y'all was doing. It is what it is. Ain't nobody tripping on that. But the fact of the matter is, y'all motherfuckers conspired. Y'all put this bullshit in motion. Didn't nobody get hurt, but you wasted the resources of the city. You disrespected the police officers and the officials of the city, and you just flat out played a fucking hate crime game, which is some serious shit, because there are plenty of people that are victims of hate crimes. There are plenty of people that have suffered because of the color of their skin or because of their sexual orientation, and the fact that you decided to fucking play a game with that, you ain't shit, Jussie, Juicy, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You ain't shit for that, dude. Plain and simple. You want to get your career off the ground? I'm all for that. You want to, get some excitement going about your career? All publicity is good publicity. Cool. But you shouldn't have the right, and it should not be fucking forgiven for you to fuck around with a hate crime and to have the city on the fucking edge of this fucking seat because you're trying to get famous. And that's all this shit was. You wanted some attention, and you wanted to play the race card, the political card, the hate crime card, all together in the same game, and you think that shit was cool because you didn't think your ass was going to get caught. That's a bunch of bullshit. And the fact that the prosecuting attorneys let your ass off the hook, the state let your ass off the hook, and them motherfuckers ain't pressing charges, I'm telling y'all right now, everybody in the city of Chicago, y'all should be pissed. Y'all should be pissed, because if this shit was flip-flopped the other way, if Jussie Smollett was white and they pulled this shit, we'd be ready to burn the city down. If Jussie Smollett was your average young black boy that's on the streets of Chicago right now in the Wild Hunters or in Inglewood, they would have threw the book at him and threw his ass under the fucking jail. But the fact that he's on a fucking bullshit ass TV show, yeah, I said it. He on a bullshit ass TV show and he's a fucking homosexual. Everybody's okay to give him a pass, and everybody's quick to just say, oh, he's okay. He should be able to do this. We should be getting. Ain't nobody saying shit now. That's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all talk about all the time how you want to say Trump is dividing the country, Trump is a racist and all that shit. Y'all had all that bullshit to say when this shit first popped off. And now, when you see that it was a fucking hoax, when you see that he clearly lied, and you see that you have clear 100% indisputable evidence against this dude, not saying the dude should go do 30 years in jail, I ain't saying that. But that motherfucker should have to pay. And if he got to get on a payment plan to pay the city back for all of the resources that they motherfucking had to use, so be it. If he got to do some fucking community service, because he's such a community activist now, I ain't heard of that motherfucker being nowhere in the city. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be, but I ain't heard about this motherfucker being in the hood, and he out here trying to participate in community activism. I ain't seen it. Ain't heard about it. All I heard about is a nigga touting around the city doing the motherfucking empire thing. And that's cool too. But at the end of the day, when you talking about all the shit that he did, when you talk about all of the shit that he caused and the shitstorm that he brought on the city, man, anybody from Chicago should be pissed off about that shit. And y'all keep voting these motherfuckers in. Y'all keep voting for these motherfuckers because they whatever. That's what you need to have a problem against. If we can go and crucify motherfucking R. Kelly, if we can crucify motherfucking Michael Jackson, if we can crucify Bill Cosby, we should damn sure be able to string up Jussie Smollett. Real talk. And it's like, this is the type of thing to where you let somebody play around with this, and it's going to open the door for other people to be on the same bullshit. It's gonna give other people the, oh yeah, go ahead, you can lie, you can just make up some shit and point out a bunch of people and accuse a bunch of people of this and that. It's alright, because they gonna forgive you. It's okay. That dude is literally playing the gay card, the black card, the drug card, the whatever the fuck card. All the cards he can play, he's playing them because he's getting off and ain't nobody gonna say shit. They shouldn't have let him off. Everybody talking now, yep, I see what you're saying, Jessica, about the feds could possibly get him. Alright, whatever. We shouldn't have let him off. The city shouldn't have let his ass off. Fuck that shit. Just because he cool, and I'm going to tell y'all, just because he cool with the prosecuting attorney, just because he cool with the Obamas and all that shit, them motherfuckers pulled them strings for him and got his ass off. Yeah, they got his ass off and everybody's cool with the shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm telling you like this. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. Should the dude have to do 30 years hard time? Nope. Even though he would probably enjoy it, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the least bit. But he should, at the very least, have to do some level of community service. Talking about why the fuck he lied. And he needs to pay back the city for the shit that they had to spend. Because I'm sure the city spent anywhere upwards of $300,000 to $500,000 on this fucking investigation. Easy. Probably in the millions. I don't know the numbers ins and outs like that, but I'm just saying the manpowers alone, I'm sure it was in the hundreds of thousands of man hours that was put into watching videos, taking statements, doing the canvassing and all that shit that it takes. Processing evidence, all that shit. That shit costs thousands of dollars.
I support the hard work of our police officers, the defective units. I'd like to remind everybody, a grand jury indicted. Hell
nah, Amanda. He wouldn't have got away with that shit in Texas. You don't mess with Texas. I'm telling you, they ain't got his ass for that. You are right.
The jury actually brought the charges. I think two things I'd like to say, or three things I'd like to say. One, financial cost, this $10,000 doesn't even come close to what the city spent.
And I don't even get that. They let he forfeited $10,000. 10 racks, man. Like, and it's like, to me, that's the disrespect. That's the disrespect. It's like you go, imagine being a waiter at a fine dining establishment. I mean, just like a top of the line steakhouse. You imagine being a waiter at Gibson's. Anybody who's been to Gibson's or goes to Gibson's, Gibson's probably one of the top 3 steakhouses in the city of Chicago. I mean, just a great steak, all right? If you ever get to go get the tomahawk, the Scottie Pippen, that's a 33-ounce Wagyu beef ribeye. Excellent. Best steak I ever had. I'm just saying it to date. But that's like working at a fine restaurant like that, and you get a bill that's, you know, a few $100s. You know what I'm saying? Two people to eat there, you gonna spend at least $250, $300 easy. Alright? That's just, hey, easy. But you get a $300, you got a $300 tab, and you get tipped $1. That's what that was. That's exactly what that was. That's not even a drop in the bucket. You get tipped, you go and you serve these people, you got this great meal, you got all of the services immaculate, your water glass never gets past half, your meat comes out beautiful, you get appetizers are amazing, they throw you a free appetizer to try just because you showed up. I mean, the waiter is helping out, the person, the houseman comes around, sees how you doing, chats it up with you, how's the weather, isn't it great to be here, so glad you came. I mean, you just have an incredible experience. $300 tab and you leave $1. That's exactly what that was. After all of that shit that went on, the shame, the disgrace, the bullshit that everybody had to go through, the countless hours, the time and energy and resources invested into getting to the bottom of this case, all to find out that it was a fucking hoax, and then to press charges, and then to say, nah, fuck that, we're going to teach this dude a lesson, and then at the end, they drop the charges and say, well, he gonna forfeit the bail, which was 10 grand. All this great service we just gave you, all of this outstanding service that my police officers did for you, all of these wonderful resources that we allocated, we watched videos, we did all of this, we canvassed the area in sub-negative degree polar vortex weather, and all I get is $1? Really? Really? Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing? Keisha, dead. Done man, dead. $1 million a week business reduced to fucking rubble. And don't nobody know nothing? They ain't got nothing, and then they gonna seal the record. They Ziploc bag the motherfucker. Or the press and seal. Took all the air out of it. So we'll never know all of the shit that was brought forth in this case. Y'all do know what that means, right? You got a supposedly hate crime that was proven to be bullshit. There was collusion, conspiracy, coercion, whatever fuck you, all the urgings and illusions and isms and all that shit was then brought to light. And then they said, nope, we're going to let them go. We ain't going to talk about it no more. We're going to seal this up. No one will ever know. We'll keep the 10 grand and you go on and live your life. Bullshit.
And resources to actually look over the camera, gather all the data, gather all the information that actually brought the indictment by the grand jury on many, multiple different charges. Second is what I would call the ethical cost. And the ethical cost is you have, as a person who is in the House of Representatives, when we try to pass the Shepherd legislation that dealt with hate crime, putting them on.
And for those of you who don't know, if you look closely, because of me being the asshole that I am, if you pay close attention to the mayor's middle finger, that motherfucker is short because he had it cut off. He got this shit here popping. They call the dude the 9-fingered guy. He's little finger, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he got this shit here happening. So if you watch him talking and he pointing his finger, that motherfucker there is a short one. It got cut off. I don't know how, but as a short finger, he only got 9 or 8 or 9 3/4. He don't have all 10. Yes, as a fact, I ain't shit. I bought it up. Fuck that. That was for Laquan McDonald. Laquan McDonald cover up. Come on, let's hear the show finger nigga.
That President Obama then signed into law, to then use those very laws and the principles and values behind the Matthew Shepard.
Hey, wait a minute.
To sell. And
was this a law that he just talked about that Obama actually got signed? I wonder who it was for.
The ethical cost is you have, as a person who is in the House of Representatives, when we try to pass the shepherd legislation that dealt with petty crimes, putting them on the books, that President Obama then signed into law.
Y'all see that motherfucker like a thumb, don't it?
And the principles and values behind the Master Shepherd hate crimes legislation to
9 2/3, man.
Is advised a cost that comes to all the individuals.
Jason called it. You're right.
Who will come forward in one day.
Laws he got in. Well, now one of them motherfuckers was black folks. 2 terms.
Muslim or any other religious faith who will be a victim of hate crimes. People that of all walks of life and backgrounds, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation. Now this casts a shadow of whether they're telling the truth, and he did this all in the name of self-promotion. And he used the laws of the hate crime legislation that all of us collectively over years have put on the books to stand up to be the values that embody what we believe in. This is a whitewash of justice.
And that is very fucking true. That is probably some of the best. That's the best he's ever done or been as mayor that I know of. I mean, there's another moment. Please show it to me, send it to me. But this was his shining moment as a mayor. He actually did his job. He stood up for the officers, the employees of the city, and for the city itself. And he talked cash shit to the state, and I like it. He bought the shit up, and I'm telling you right now, just like you have to take into account to say, yes, this is some shit that don't happen every day. But the fact that it did happen and the way that it happened, and like he said, this was all for fucking fame and notoriety. Man, you can't do that. You shouldn't be able. Well, you did it, but you can. But that should not be allowed. We have to draw a line somewhere and say, you know what? Wait a minute. You did all this shit. You made all this shit up for some fucking fame, for some fucking likes. To be brought to the forefront so they wouldn't take your ass off a show, whatever the case may be. That's bullshit. Because now what you're doing is you're setting the precedent for other people to come behind and do the same shit. And what's the first thing that everybody says when somebody comes forth talking about they've been abused, they've been mistreated, they've been sexually abused, they've been physically abused, what's the first thing we say? Well, we gotta believe them. We shouldn't have to ask questions because we want people to come forward. So let's just believe them, take their word for it, regardless of what they say, and then we'll figure it out along the way. That's what we do. And that's a problem, man. This shit is really bad. This is a bad look. They're going about this shit the wrong goddamn way. I'm telling you.
A grand jury could not have been clearer. To then say not only is the cost $10,000 doesn't come cost financially, but all the other repercussions of this decision made, to me, where is the accountability in the system? You cannot have, because of a person's position, one set of rules apply to them,
right,
and another set of rules apply to everybody else. In another way, you're seeing this play out in universities, where people pay extra to get their kids a special position in universities. Now we have a person, because of their position and background, who's getting treated in a way that nobody else would.
And y'all make sure y'all click the damn like button. And that's my thing too. It's like this shit carries over. You're seeing this shit happen to where people have gotten to the point to where they can do and say whatever the fuck they want and however they want to say it, and they just don't care about the damage that it does to others. Because in the beginning of all of this, and you think back, this was a terrible look for the city. People were talking about, I can't believe that this city's still doing that. I can't believe this kind of stuff is still going on. These MAGA hat wearing guys, it's like it was all a fucking game. But when it initially happened, he was the gay Tupac. He fought back. He had a noose put around his neck. It's like it was on every front. He played the race card. He played the whole black card. He played the whole gay card. He played every card he possibly could. And he pulled at the heartstrings of the country for that shit. He played with everybody's emotions. He told a big grand fucking lie. He had his fucking buddies in on it, and they came and just put together this whole mass production, rehearsed the shit. He paid them for it, said it was for training, whatever the fuck he wanted to call it, even if he didn't pay him. Fact of the matter is, he got them to do all of this shit at the expense of the city. At the expense of the Chicago Police Department. For what? A little fame? A little notoriety? To make the news? Man, we gotta be better than that, and we can't let people just do that shit. Whether you're in Chicago, California, New York, it shouldn't fucking matter. You shouldn't get to do that type of shit and get off.
Never, sorry about that. Don't get near, I'm doing near my sermon here. That would ever get close to this type of treatment. Our officers did hard work, day in and day out, countless hours, working to unwind what actually happened that night. The
Yes.
reputation dragged through the mud, but I remind everybody it was not just the officers' work. That work, a piece of that work, was shown to a grand jury, and they made a decision based on only a sliver of the evidence.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, somebody wanted to have that evidence in the day, as the superintendent said, their day in court, so all the evidence could be made public. Because of the judge's decision, none of that evidence will ever be made public.
And this judge is somebody that y'all voted in. Y'all voted for this fucking judge to do what he or she did. Y'all voted for her or him. Y'all voted him in. And these are the things that y'all got to start holding people accountable for that. The fact that y'all voted in a judge like that, the fact that y'all said this judge is somebody that's good, this judge got in and we good. The fact that that judge got voted in, cool, but that judge should be held accountable and his ass or her ass should be voted out when that shit comes back around. And this should be the reason why. This is a total and just utter disrespect and misuse of power. Plain and simple. A judge to pull some shit like this is basically doing a favor for a bunch of other motherfuckers behind the scenes and is doing it at the expense of the fucking people. Y'all paying for this shit. This is where y'all tax dollars is going to. This is what tax dollars is being wasted on. We talk about all of the shit that you don't have in the hood. You talk about all of the resources that are gone. Ain't no after school programs and all that shit. Well, these motherfucking judges are making good six-figure salaries. And this is the kind of service that you get. Oh, well, he can just tell a bunch of fucking lies and just shit on our entire city. Piss on our police department. And then we'll just seal the record to let him go. It's fine. Take it and go. Shout out to Russell P. You just take it and go. That's it. Why would the citizens of Chicago let this go on? Why ain't nobody gonna boycott this shit is the problem. You don't need to boycott this shit. Everybody should be at this fucking judge's office the next fucking day, tomorrow, saying this is a fucking egregious act that you've done and your ass ain't gonna be back in next term. How about that, Your Honor? Wow, look at Jason. That's what's up. So you know if this is a circuit court, you know if appellate court is making $197,000, you know these motherfuckers making at least about 160, 180. Easy. Easy. And that's exactly what you're paying for. That's exactly what you're getting. This is what you get for that. And it's like everybody was pissed off at the fact that that police officer who got killed the other day, John Rivera, and it's like they found how quick they found them. Well, look at how quick this motherfucker just got off. Scot-free. Straight fucking David Copperfield. I'm gone. This motherfucker walked off like Kaiser Soze in The Usual Suspects. That's pretty much what he did. Only thing he was missing was a fucking Jaguar to get off into. He did a verbal kint on everybody, sat there, talked all that shit, and walked clean up out of there scot-free. Home free, like a Boyd.
None of it. This is without a doubt a whitewash of justice and sends a clear message that if you're in a position of influence and power, you'll get treated one way. Other people will be treated another way. There is no accountability then in the system. It is wrong, full stop.
Do you blame the state's attorney's office for this?
What I do want to say is the way I look at it is I commend the officers and the grand jury for their decisions.
He just let that shit go. I'd be like, hell yeah, I blame them. They the motherfuckers that let them off.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, our job as police officers is to present them with the evidence. The apology comes from the person that did this. If you want to say you're innocent of a situation, then you take your day in court.
Exactly.
I would never, if someone falsely accused me, I would never hide behind a broker deal and secrecy. Period.
And that's exactly what it is. Everybody can say what they want to say. They brokered a fucking deal and he got off. And my thing is this. If he talked all that bullshit and said he was innocent, if he talked all that shit and said, yeah, this is what happened to me, I got discriminated against, I got jumped on and all that shit, it was white people, whatever. He talked all that shit. He should be hell-bent on getting their asses locked up. He should be just like, I'm not gonna rest. I'm gonna ride this motherfucker till the wheels fall off until they all locked up. But that ain't the case. You know why? Because he pulled a fucking Houdini on everybody. Sleight of hand, sleight of dick, whatever you want to call it. He pulled some smoke and mirrors and blew some pixie dust and poof, the little sprite was gone.
You haven't mentioned heads-up about this at all, right? You found out about this very while you were here. Is it unusual for the state's attorney to just drop a case like this without giving you guys some sort of heads up?
Well,
hell no.
It's unusual for the state's attorney, but we found out about when you all did.
Wow.
I'll say one thing. From top to bottom, this is not on the level.
Or the state's attorney's office?
I understand that piece, but I do want to, it's not on the level, but I also want to say, and I want to emphasize, underscore what the superintendent just said. In the end of the day, it's Mr. Smollett that committed this false claim upon two individuals and who also testified.
And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say it left third. So, I saw this picture today because he did do some community hours or whatever for Jesse Jackson organization. And I know a few people down in Operation Push, and the fact that they came out and said, oh yeah, we found the evidence, there was lack of evidence and all that shit, that's a bunch of bullshit too. That's a bunch of bullshit too. Fact that y'all riding with this dude because he a fucking celebrity is bullshit. Plain and simple. It is what it is. There, I said it. Y'all on bullshit too. And you supposed to be an organization with this type of just blatant, outright fucking just disrespect of what so many people would have gone to jail for. And I'm telling you right now, had it been somebody of a different color, had it been a young black boy that did this that was straight, they would have grinded his ass in the dog meat. They would have at least given him 100 hours of community service. This dude did 18, whatever, or whatever the fuck it is. Come on, man. And then to have an organization like Operation Push to stand up and cheer this shit on, that's bullshit. And that just lets everybody know you in on it too. This is all a bunch of behind the door, back of the motherfucking judge's chamber, one hand washes the other, the collusion, we gonna take care of you, you take care of us, and we'll make it look good on this. That's all it is, a bunch of wheeling and dealing. And at the end of the day, the people who losing out are the poor people. The people who losing out are the people in the hood. The people who losing out are the black folks. People who losing out are the poor folks. The people who losing out are the ones that's suffering every fucking day. So when y'all get your turkeys and all that bullshit, you get your food drives for Easter, and you get your turkey for Thanksgiving from Operation Push, you need to tell their ass, you know what, that was some fuck shit y'all did with that Jussie Smollett, and y'all shouldn't have stood behind him. Because we come here every Sunday or every Saturday, whatever it is that they have service, and we come here, we give y'all our money and all this shit, and y'all sitting up here shaking hands with this dude, and he fucking lied. Flat out. All that, the evidence. The evidence was fucking amountable enough for an indictment. I tell you that. I tell you that. There's enough evidence for that. So I don't want to hear that shit. And not to say that y'all can't be cool, not to say that y'all gotta disown the motherfucker, but he needs to be held accountable for his fucking actions. He needs to be held responsible for the shit that he did. And the shit that he did was wrong as fuck. If I call the police and motherfucking make a false police report, that's a crime. I go to jail. That's a crime. I get penalized. Hell, if I call and hang up and play fucking bullshit games with 911, that's a crime. You're talking about somebody who has 16 felonies and just no more. Poof, just like that. 16 felonies, y'all. And they Thanos that shit, and that was it. That's a fucking shit. Man, we gotta, man, hell no. You shouldn't be able to just Thanos 16 fucking felonies on a fucking lie. Yeah, he did. And you got a motherfucker like Robert Kraft, an old man who's fucking, who's single, who's a widower. You got an old man who's a widower paying for some pussy, and we more watching out for that. We more disappointed in that than this lying sack of shit. We're more disappointed with Robert Kraft buying some pussy at 70-something years old. We more disappointed in that than this lying sack of shit who did all this bullshit. I don't get that. That shit don't add up. It does not compute. It just doesn't.
But also on the city. One action, yes, we're looking at the state's attorney. He is not on the level from beginning to end, and there needs to be a level of accountability throughout the system. And this sends an unambiguous message that there is no accountability, and that is wrong.
Don't
you think this is incredibly disrespectful? You work hand in hand with the state attorney's office and your department on cases every day. To think of the man hours the detectives spent on this and to not get at least a phone call from Rob saying, hey, this is what's happening today. Personally, how did you feel about that?
Well, you know, prosecutors have their discretion, of course. We still have to work with the state's attorney's office. I'm sure we'll have a conversation after this. But again, at the end of the...
So that means, what that means is behind closed doors, Eddie Johnson gonna tell them, y'all some puss ass motherfuckers. Y'all ain't shit for what the fuck y'all did. That whole bullshit of y'all not telling us what the fuck happened after we busted our ass and did all that work, went to the fucking grand jury, and y'all gonna dismiss this shit. You ain't shit. That's what the fuck he's really saying. But this is political. He has to maintain these relationships with the state, with the state's attorney. He got to do what he got to do, and that's why he couldn't really go there, because that question, the way that that person posed it, they laid it out what it was. Not only did they do this bullshit ass backdoor deal, they didn't even have the common courtesy to tell you they were doing it. They didn't even have the common courtesy to let y'all know, hey, look, brace yourself. Here's what we're doing. I know you're going to be upset, but this is what it is. Be ready for it tomorrow. They pretty much said, y'all found out about this shit when we did. It is what it is. And it's like, and I'm telling you right now, man, when you talking about, when people talk about how corrupt the city of Chicago is, like Trudy, man, it's like Trudy is saying, it's like, you talking about how corrupt it is. You talking about the injustice. I mean, the injustice that people suffer and this racist and all. Man, this is just bad fucking business. This is bad civil service. Plain and simple. Break it down however you want. Talk whatever. Talk the shit you want to talk. That's all this comes down to. This is piss poor, shitty civil service. They making backdoor deals and they doing friends, they doing favors for fucking friends. That's all this is. And whether these friends is fucking or not, it don't even matter. They're doing favors for friends and they're doing shit to take care of each other, and they're doing it on the city's dime, they're doing it on the taxpayers' dimes, and they're doing it at y'all expense. Because if one of you broke motherfuckers did this shit, you'd be locked the fuck up and they throw away the key. They'll make an example out of a broke motherfucker, but then they gonna make an exception for this motherfucker. That ain't got shit to do with being racist. That ain't got shit to do. That's just flat out fucking ethically and politically incorrect. It's a slap in y'all face. It's a slap in the taxpayer's face. It's a slap in the police officer's face. It's a slap in everybody else's face who's not on the other end of this shit. If you ain't on the receiving end of this to where you benefiting from it, it's a slap in your fucking face. So you can turn right back around and literally say there is no justice in the city of Chicago. There is no fairness in the city of Chicago. There is no accountability in the city of Chicago. There is no responsibility in the city of Chicago. Because if you got a fucking celebrity who can come in and finagle his way because he knows certain people, and you got fucking people pulling strings to this motherfucker, the Obamas, the fucking whoever the fuck, the producers of the show, Fox, it don't matter. Whoever pulling strings for this motherfucker to get off, it's a goddamn shame, and it really shows you what the city civil service thinks about you. This shows you what the state thinks about you. They think y'all are that much of just a bunch of ain't shit people. Yeah, we can do it and they ain't gonna do shit. The fact that they got the balls to do this, that should be a fucking alarming, that should be such an alarming bell to go off on y'all to where y'all should be able to be ready to fucking jap out. There should be no fucking unrest in the city. There should be a fucking, hey, look, we're going to remember your ass when the election comes. That's what you should be seeing on social media pages.
Dave, it's Mr. Smollett who committed this hoax, period. If he wanted to clear his name, the way to do that was in a court of law so that everyone could see the evidence. You all know what the bond prophet said. You know, we all know what it said. So, you know, I stand by the facts of what we produce. If they want to dispute those facts, then the place to do that is in court, not secrets.
I like that, Eddie. Do him in, Eddie.
Is still saying that he is innocent.
Yep.
Still running down the Chicago Police Department.
Yep.
How dare him? How dare him? After everybody saw, and I want to remind you, this is not the superintendent's word against his. The grand jury.
Grand jury.
They slivered the evidence, and they came to a conclusion. As did the state's attorney's office.
So he hit him with the Boyce Watkins sliver. What he means by that, for those of you who may not know, in a grand jury, all you really present is just a little bit of saying this is what we know to be true. You don't have to have a full case drawn out. You don't have to have a bunch of witnesses and a bunch of discovery. You don't have to have a lot of that. All you got to do is say, hey, here's what we have. Here's what we know right now. It's a little bit of information, but we believe it's enough to where we can bring this motherfucker up on charges. We got enough to bring this person up on charges, and the grand jury will say, yes, y'all do. Get his ass and let the prosecuting attorneys do their job. That's what that means when he's talking about a sliver. So if you got enough right off the bat to bring this motherfucker in, and you don't do that, you don't go before a grand jury until you got enough damning evidence to where you can take this motherfucker to trial. People don't go to the grand jury just to say, oh, we just want to go to the grand jury, get an indictment, and that's it. No, when they indicting your ass, that means they have enough evidence to convict your ass. Plain and simple. That means you need to, there's enough evidence against you to where we need to give you your day in court. You need to answer for this shit, and you need to tell us what the fuck it is that really happened, because this is enough evidence to where you've broken the law and we can send your ass to jail. And that is our intention. That's exactly what they're saying with that. And that's why they're bringing that shit up.
This is not the superintendent and the detectives department word against his. And even after this whitewash, still no sense of ownership of what he's done. He says that in fact he is the wrong in this case. This is an unbelievable.
This motherfucker's still crime victim.
This is a person now who's been let off scot-free.
Yep.
No sense of accountability of the moral and ethical wrong of his actions. From top to bottom, not only distorting the name of the city, but then I cannot stress that in a time when you have people bringing a moral equivalency in Virginia between bigots and those fighting bigotry, then you have a person using hate crime laws that are on the books to protect people who are minorities from...
Preach, you 9.5-fingered having bastards, you. Good show. Jolly good show, old chap.
Violence, to then turn around and use those laws to advance your career and your financial reward. Is there no decency in this man?
Mr. Mayor, do you think that the state's attorney's decision was politically motivated? Was the decision not politically motivated?
Two things. One, to the state's attorney, to the Sturt's attorney, the question about whether it was politically motivated or not is something you have to ask them, because only they can answer.
Now, I don't know who or what the fuck a Sturt's attorney is, but I would imagine and give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he meant state's attorney. He's just a little short with his lingo sometimes because he's a little short with his finger. So I told y'all he got this shit happening where he got to look like he about to thump a motherfucker. You know, you thump a motherfucker like he's about to do that, but this piece ain't there. So he just got this happening like, boy, I should thump your motherfucking ass. You know I should thump you, but I can't. Okay? Okay? But yeah, that's pretty much what he got. The Sturt's attorney, the attorney of the Sturt of Illinois is basically what he's talking about, but he meant state's attorney.
Their motivation. But I do know what the grand jury says, and I keep pointing you back to what the grand jury did when they saw just a piece of the data. And I think there's not a person up here who would love to have all the information made public, let alone the two individuals who also talked.
Do you think there was more likely?
Wait a second. It's not whether I do or not. That's a question that only she can answer. I can only guess that. To your question, Cheryl, I would just, if you mind repeating it.
Yes. His attorneys say that he has been vilified, that this case was, that the case against him was done in public, and was being judged.
He's the person that brought this forward. Now, I remind you all, it goes back to also a letter. Now, he brought this case forward. He said he was a victim of a hate crime, both for his sexual orientation and for being black.
Yep.
The evidence came forward.
And you see he pointed that out with his full finger, okay?
Realized this was a
not the short finger, so that means he ain't telling half-truths.
A host of people of good values who actually were empathetic at first and used that empathy
yes.
for only one reason.
Only for one justice after this decision.
Okay, just listen. I'm going to close on this. We just had one of the largest ceremonies for the police department in the history of the city. 297 men and women.
Yeah.
The most diverse class representing all parts of this city. People from all walks of life and backgrounds and faiths.
I know I'm fucking with him about his fingers because I know he's an ain't shit man.
And help serve others in time of need.
I know, just.
They are there to uphold the law and have the best training.
Charlie Murphy!
And I draw to you in that contrast. People of all walks of life, as I said. Graduates of our public schools. Kids who grew up with parents who were police officers. Veterans of the armed forces who have a life of service. They were there to not only uphold the law, but the values that imbue and inform those laws. And now you have an individual who took those laws, turned them inside out, upside down, for only one thing: himself. And that, in my view, is an insult and an offense to every one of us who collectively uphold those laws because they reflect who we are as a city, and because of the hate crime legislation that's federal, who we are as a country. Thank you.
All right. And there you have it.
If the case is closed or not.
Like I said, man, you know, shout out to the Chicago Police Department. They really did their thing, man, and they, it's like, man, they busted their ass, and they were repaid for their hard work and their due diligence, and them literally doing their job by somebody just literally saying, fuck that, fuck you, fuck this, we're going to do what we want to do. And that's, we're going to let Jussie off. We're going to get Jussie off, let him get out of here, and Hopefully he's probably somewhere in Boys Town celebrating tonight, enjoying himself. And hey, like I said, I don't think the dude should have been thrown under the jail, but I do think that he should have been held responsible for his actions because of the shit that he did and because of the people that he has actually disrespected in this whole process. Because like I said before, there are a lot of people who have been victims to real hate crimes. There have been people who have been victim to being discriminated against, being physically harmed, and even killed because of their race and because of their sexual orientation. And he took both of those instances and he not only played on them for his own personal gain, but he shitted on the city and he disrespected and he talked shit and dragged the entire Chicago Police Department through the fucking mud because of it. He wanted to get his fame on, get his likes up, all that shit. That's pretty much what he did. And it's like, you hope, so you say you hope he gets back on Empire. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't fucking watch Empire. It's a shit fucking show. That's fine. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I don't want to keep the dude from making money. I don't want to keep the dude from losing. I don't think the dude should lose his fucking job. But I do think that he needs to pay and he needs to be held accountable for the shit that he did. That's all I'm saying. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, you did this, well, you need to lose everything you've ever done and you need to suffer. You don't need to be in no more movies. You don't need to be on no more TV. That's his job. That's his profession. The man has a right to work. The man should have a right to do what he loves to do because, damn it, this is America. It is. I'm not saying any of that. I don't think that what he did was so terrible to where this dude should not be able to earn a living. I don't think that what he did was so terrible that he should lose his job. I don't think that. But I do think that he should have to pay for the shit that he caused because he put a lot of shit in motion and he put and shedded a lot of bad light on a lot of people in that city. Real talk. And I don't think that you should be able to cause that much of a fucking commotion, cause that much of a ruckus, kick up that much dust, and get to walk away scot-free just like that. I don't think you should get your case Thanos because your ass lied. Because your ass continued to lie. Because your ass consistently lied. Because your ass is still lying. But we got Bill Cosby ass in jail, an 81-year-old man. He's locked up? Really? And this dude is free? Something wrong here, people. Something wrong. But Jussie the gay boy liar told a bunch of lies on screen. And if you ever met him, you would say that he's a queen. All of the other gay boys used to laugh at his little fame. So Jussie then decided that he would play a hate crime game. So he asked the Nigerians that were in his clique. He said, fellas, I'm about to do some fuckboy shit. And if you help out, I'll suck your dicks. Then the Chicago police caught him. But they forgot one thing. If you're a woman or a gay boy, you can get away with anything. Merry Christmas in Chicago in March. It is what it is, people. Hey, I hope that this helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. And hey, this is yet another breakdown. I think that's what I might start calling these breakdowns. This is another breakdown. Y'all go ahead, click the like, click the subscribe, click the share. Get this shit popping. That's what's up. I appreciate everybody who came by. Oh, hold on, let me double check here and make sure if anybody's been polite and kind enough to dig into their coin purses and just send your boy a little sub. If it's cool, you should donate a little something. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Let's see here. What we got? What we got? There we got something going. We got something. Hey now. Alright, I always read the one before so I make sure I don't forget nobody. Shout out to Michelle Glass. Thank you for your donation. Send the sisterly love. That was from the other day. And then today, hey. We got, let's see who this is. Jessica, thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you, Brian, for all you do. Keep it up. Soto strong. I'm trying my best. Hey, man, I just want to give a shout out to everybody in Soto Nation. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I also want to give a shout out to my brother DJ Just JOK, who's always shouting me out in every last one of his shows. He's always been supporting me from day one. Shout out to Jason Guns, Beverly Jones, Darcy Ann, Tony Snow, Jessica Dennis, Left Third, who else? Whoever else is in here, my man Easy E. And last but definitely not least, shout out to my brother from another mother like no other, my man Tommy Sotomayor. My brother, nothing but love, nothing but respect. It's an honor to know you and to be able to break bread with you, brother. I appreciate you. Nothing but love for you, man. I hope Mercury is doing all right. I tell you right now, even though I don't know if you know it or not, but Mercury is my guilty pleasure because I love the way that he pushes your fucking buttons and fucks with you. If y'all ever watch the show, y'all gotta watch out for the Mercury moments. Mercury, that little motherfucker, don't do nothing but cause drama. And I know he hurt. I hope he have a speedy recovery so he can get back to fucking with my brother. Because you'll see Tommy, he'll be doing a show and he'll be, I mean, he could be preaching. And he could be talking about some real shit. And then you just see him say, Mercury, stop it! God damn it! And he'll get up and go chase him. I don't know if Mercury chewing at a wire or he pissing on his couch. I don't know. But shout out to Mercury. Thank you for doing what you do because you really keep my brother on his toes. I definitely love that motherfucking cat when he fucking with him. I'm not a big cat fan, but I like Mercury when he fucking with Tommy. I swear to God, it's hilarious. But shout out to my, oh, hold on, I got another donation. Thank you. Let me make sure I can say this. Hold on. I don't want to fuck up and say a name that I shouldn't say. They be like, don't say my name. Well, see, I did. I read this time. Shout out to my man Billy Goat. Thank you so much for your donation. But man, y'all definitely be sure to make sure y'all check out the Voltron Network. I am gonna be the Red Lion. I just remember something. I gotta do that. But yeah, I'm excited about that. The Voltron Network is has come to fruition. We about to start doing stuff on there, so that's gonna be hot. It's gonna be really big. And shout out to everybody else, man, that, like I said, that has supported the show. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. Peace. I'm out. And as my brother Tommy says, shut up! Shut up, you're dusty! Alright, y'all. I will holler at y'all later. Peace, and I'm out. Bye,